love to go for a gore drinker, love to be tanky by jumping into the middle of as many people as possible, letting that health really walk the line and then going right back up to full by activating it. But the difference here is that Team Liquid also has a traditional tank in a Leona that just absorbs a bunch of damage, whereas on the other side, it's two drain tanks, Aatrox and Olaf. Not just two drain tanks, Isaac, but two drain tanks that have healing amplification built into their kits. For anybody out there that can't get what I'm going for here, well, going through those camps, spamming the axes, getting out onto the rift and doing some PvP as quickly as possible. Armeo will be heading up towards the top side there, and we'll see if he decides to get involved. But meanwhile, we got the 2v2 already starting up. This is what I'm talking about, Azale. You've got to be respecting Core JJ and Tactical. The 2v2, they always know exactly what they're capable of.
Oh my god, there's no way I think that they were expecting that Tactical would actually start E there. Tactical did not go for the Q start, which you almost always will see like that, but you know, the Zenith Blade, you know, coming through, landing that. Tactical's low now though, and Closer is behind, so this actually should be a dive they can pull off. There's no summoners on TL. This should be pretty much guaranteed if they do it right.
Core JJ already going in there, looking to turn it right back around. Closer staying underneath the turret, going to be drawing the turret aggro. Flashing away, Core JJ and Jensen looking to grab a little bit more. Jensen has TP'd into the fight, but he's completely without mana. He's a caster minion. Cassiopeia does nothing in a situation like that. Double kill over to Aphelios as Jensen grabs a kill into Closer now. Alphari has teleported into the fight. FBI wants to run away, but the dice after the slice gets it done. And Team Liquid ends up making this a 2-for-2 trade.
They do make it a 2-for-2, but they spent 2 teleports to make it an even trade. Neither of the solo laners responded there. From Jensen, you got no mana. So they turn around, they get that kill, but in comes Alphari. Unfortunately, the Crocodile's TP could not be interrupted. Alphari held the dice after the slice to follow after that route, and now they're on Closer, who has no flash.
Oh man, they just catch him out of position and pop him just like that. The rotations from Core JJ putting himself in the right spot, and when you have the damage over time from a Cassio and a Lilia right next to you, it's easy money.
Yeah, Core JJ getting a little bit of revenge on Closer. There's actually a third wave he's going to lose. Someday he's going to be screwed.
And look at Alphari too. Executioner's calling first item to stop the healing from Someday. Dive into the bottom lane as Tactical Core JJ try to escape. 100 Thieves going in with a 4-man play. Tactical cleanses too early, and Demonte picks up the kill. Now they're trading one back, but they're picking up one more. It's a 1-for-2 here for 100 Thieves in the bottom side.
It's really good to see them go back, look to punish where those summoners are down. They knew Tactical just barely still didn't have his flash. Jensen though on the roam here, and they have a double sleep.
Jensen from the flank angle looking for the damage onto Huhi first, but that's not the right target, baby. Chop, chop goes the axes, and Closer gets himself a kill.
That is huge. They just didn't have the damage to actually push through the Lulu, plus all the sustain coming out there from Closer on the Olaf. So again, they return to bots actually in the second one, both of them facing away from the ultimate, so no one got stunned on the initial ult. Then Huhi stopwatching last second to avoid the death to the poison. Now Jensen in some trouble here. He has no flash just yet.
Haunted up, and nope, you can't use the Petrifying Gaze on an Olaf. Flash follow to get it done. Doesn't want to chase after the Lilia. Back here on the bottom side is Tactical losing out in the trade against FBI, who walks a little bit too close to the turret there. And 100 Thieves now leading in kills after grabbing the kill onto Jensen in mid.
Yeah, and FBI's the roams from Demonte. They have gotten their bot lane not only back in the game, but they are now ahead with the additional kills that FBI has picked up. This will be TL's Dragon, but it's a first Dragon going down here around 10 minutes, so it's not really that big of a deal. You're not concerned about a rush towards Soul based on the pace of this game thus far. The real advantage for TL right now is mostly just up in that top lane, actually. You know, having zoned off Someday from a lot of that CS. Alphari was already winning the lane early, then got
exposed down to half HP, but Shelly has run out of patience for this foolishness. Going right back into the pit now as Closer's here on the front line. Not really the guy you want to be going after. Pops the Ragnarok, turns right back around, going back into the fight. Here comes your Galio entrance. There goes Jensen. Finally taking Closer down. Team Liquid makes it a 1-for-1. Alphari continuing to chase forward, but Alphari's going to be very low now. Probably going to be killed off next. Keeping himself alive there with a call to Meek. There's another one dropping. It's 3 dead on the side of TL, only 1 for 100 Thieves, and they'll take another victory in the fight.
They're just underestimating this Olaf, it feels like. Yes, they did take him down, but it's a one-man sleep onto the Olaf. He just pops, right? You know, when TL is the one just like hard engaging in and running in, trying to attack them, they're not, you know, showing the respect over to the Olaf. You have to try to kite out Olaf, wait for his ultimate to expire, then turn and actually be able to actually CC him and kill him off, right? If you can't kill him instantly at the start of the fight and you're charging in on top of him, he's going to have such an effective fight. And it feels like that is what has happened a couple fights in a row now. They hit him with that sleep, but with Lulu behind him, with the rest of the team behind him, you're just starting the fight for him, right? Make him commit to the fight yourself.
Drake started up now by 100 Thieves. Team Liquid backing away from this one. Looks like they're deciding they just don't want to bother contesting for a single Cloud Drake. I mean, they're not going to go for that 4-0 Drake win condition. They know they're up against an Olaf Lulu like you're talking about, so Cloud Drake goes over to 100 Thieves, and it will be an Infernal Rift for the second time today.
Okay, so we're going to get that Infernal. This will be interesting to see how highly these teams are prizing it. We do have
A lot of Thieves are showing up here to try to make sure they can't do it. Meanwhile, Alfari going in on Someday here in the bottom lane in the 1v1, chases him away. And look at the health bar comparison. Someday hit him for about 57, and Alfari took Someday down to 20% HP. 100 Thieves returning the favor up here in the top side with more manpower. They take down the tier 1, but Team Liquid will quickly respond with the tier 1 in bottom.
Yeah, man, Alfari is honestly just crushing right now. You know, he has been playing a really, really strong game. He went for the Blade of the Rune King rush. You know, mostly in competitive, I've been seeing people go towards their Mythic first and get through to those Kraken Slayer procs so incredibly quickly when you're being buffed up and amped up by this Lulu. And it's also interesting, you can see that's Mikhail's. So Mikhail's rush here for Huhi, which I do think makes actually, you know, quite a bit of sense in this composition, right? You know, there's going to be Leona engaging, there's going to be the stun from the Renekton, the sleep coming through, even a Cassio ultimate. Like, there's always going to be something good for him to remove. And if he can keep FBI active in the fight between Cleanse and Mikhail's, if they're coordinating well with that, it's going to be so hard.
Cleanse to escape Alfari's stun. You can see that there was plenty of backup there from Team Liquid, so Demonte happy that he has that Summoner's Spellbook to get him out of trouble on that one. But Tactical now eating a lot of damage from FBI from a single auto attack. That's about, what, a quarter, a third of his health there? Tactical doesn't want to be dealing with that no more.
Yeah, it's a lot, and they make that play up on the top side, but Demonte had the Spellbook Cleanse, gets out. That was a high-value Summoner, to be honest, and down on that bottom side, it's going to be Someday getting that extra time to take down
to spawn. This could have big implications for the upcoming fight. They're going towards the Baron now.
Yeah, they could even threaten this. They have a tremendous amount of damage, but they are backing off now. Blue Trinket was put in the pit, so they know they're not on it. 100 Thieves turning for the fight.
They're going for the fight right now. Nice two-man taunt coming out from Demonte. They've already killed off Tactical. Armeo forced to flash away, but below 50% HP. Closer continuing the chase. The damage pours through, and Armeo disappears to join Tactical back at the fountain. With two members of Team Liquid seeing black and white, 100 Thieves heads back to the Baron in earnest now. Someday seems to be left behind in the bottom side of the river here. Just a dissuade Baron attempt here, just with Closer and FBI. They think that these two should be more than enough to do it, considering all their opponents are still in the bottom side river. They should get this one without too much of an issue here. Smite for Closer just about up and ready to go. There it is to make sure he stays alive. Baron Nashor secured. 100 Thieves doing that wonderfully, taking the Baron with only 2 players while sending the rest of their forces down into the bottom side river to make sure they don't give up on their Drake stacking either. Just great stuff from this team.
I mean, that's actually a huge dragon for them because now they're at Soul Point, right? That puts you 5 minutes away from it, and you have the Baron buff, so you're going to run the map for the next couple minutes. This was after Tactical had already been forced to cleanse and flash. Look at the positioning from Someday. He is already arriving where they know Tactical.
Being very aggressive with how they set down these wards, sweep out enemy vision, and try to choke Team Liquid out of their own jungle.
I mean, Hui came in with the intelligent pick. He is positioned incredibly well. You know, they were playing from behind. It's so easy to get first down by this Leona and Samira combo, but they really coordinated well with Closer to set up a dive early on before the buy had even come through from Tactical. They continued pressuring with the Galio, with the Olaf, and they've just worked better with their jungler this game. Yes, TL does have that jungle sub in there, but 100 far, and they have gotten all the advantages they need to really close this one out. There's multiple members answering the wave mid lane for only the Galio, so 100 Thieves is going to push it hard up on that top side, try to get damage down, and the turret should just melt.
Here they go. FBI able to put in 10 or so auto attacks. That turret is gone. Core JJ on the front line. Closer eating a little bit of damage as Someday is down to 1/3. Steric's already procced. Their frontliner's injured, but that ain't going to be stopping him. Flash away from Jensen, but there's your follow-up. Closer continues charging forward. Enemy mid laner already down. Enemy support to join him. How far he tries to make some sort of a move on to FBI, but the FBI comes knocking on your door, not the other way around. 100 Thieves, 3 for nothing, looking for the game win right now. Someday started to channel the teleport back to come back with the TP afterwards, but it doesn't even matter. He don't need to heal up. Everybody on Team Liquid is down, and 100 Thieves. Day 1, they looked fantastic. Day 2, things looked a little shaky, and in Day 3, they're returning to that beastly form yet again. They take out Team Liquid.